people experience it and live in it and feel that, it feels just like a normal unit. The insulation is right, the quality of the space is right, people then warm to it. And if we had done more and more of that.
That was done by perpetuity?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was done by Jonathan Liebman and them. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that if we had been brave enough to try more of those things, of those types of developments, one after the other, probably the market would have had better appetite for it. Yes. But because we then were frightened by the response from the market and people not really taking up those units, we were, at least for us as financiers, we were less likely to fund and either drive lines. Yes. But I think sometimes with innovation is try the first one, next month do the other one, just change a little bit of this, and then next month another. And then that way it cycles quicker and better into the market. But I mean, I still, up to today, I have people coming to us and presenting a different type of brick that we can use that's cheaper and quicker. And I know those conversations usually take long with our clients. They're always, I'm not sure I want to do that. I'll rather go the traditional route. So I'm not sure what that is about. But I do think that it's a mindset issue. Maybe it's an education thing. Maybe the guys who are innovating should also have a big drive on educating the public about the benefits of these alternatives. Because over time, the planet and the environment will need us to do things differently. I mean, if you just look at KZN, the floods that are happening, snow recently, yes. It shows you climate is changing and things are changing, and we need to start treating our environment differently and doing things in a more durable and environmentally friendly way. And if I to believe the innovators, they are saying these alternative building technologies are more friendly to the environment. But I don't know, simply because we haven't tested enough of that. And I'm just willing to be one of the guinea pigs who goes in en masse and say, how do we test more and more of these technologies to see if they can deliver on what they are promising?
But for South Africa to actually transform from an innovation point of view, it simply means that there has to be more of those risks that entrepreneurs are willing to take, but they can't take without the support. So when you look at it, what then would be the best solution when it comes to balancing the two, making sure that we've got entrepreneurs, we are nurturing entrepreneurs that are willing to take the risks, but at the same time, we are providing the institutional support that's required to foster entrepreneurship in that end?
Yeah, I don't know. As I say, I think it's education. It's about consumer education firstly, because the entrepreneur can't come with a product that the market is not going to take up. So yes. I think that it's important that we push that because if you have a pool of tenants who are sitting saying, I'm willing to pay my rent for a unit that's built with alternative materials, and we have more and more of those voices coming out, I'm sure entrepreneurs will then respond to the market appropriately. So I think that there's need to educate consumers of housing as to these innovations. Us as financiers respond to the market. We finance what is sustainable in the market and can give us the repayment profile that we expect. So if we're going to finance a development that's going to stay empty for 6 months, simply because people are not comfortable.
To test the new product.
Yeah. So it's a risk that, so I think it should start with some mindset shift from a consumer and entrepreneurs testing that consumers are willing to take that. But importantly, the innovators, the ones who are coming up with these ideas, should show the research that they've done that says that this thing is acceptable in the market and we've tested it here and there and that. But it's a chicken and egg, because the innovators are going to say, but we can't test it if nobody's financing us to develop it.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that.
What do you think are the notable challenges that you've seen, as well as the notable impact that you've seen in the space?
Yeah. I haven't done enough of these developments to know. I know that, for instance, right now with the pressure of load shedding that we had in the recent past, there was a lot of move towards putting alternative energy sources. So like Correct. Solar and everything that used to be a luxury now becomes a standard in a development. So I think that market pressures sometimes force innovation. So I don't know what market pressure can come to say don't no longer use brick, use this alternative building technology. So if something like that comes up, I'm sure there'll be take up. But as we know, with electricity, people are starting to put alternatives for heating water, for lighting their units, etc. Now, with water becoming an issue, I think we're going to start seeing innovation coming in that space where people, I mean, a lot of people are drilling boreholes in their properties to ensure that they have alternative water supply. But a borehole is apparently not friendly to the environment. I don't know what is an alternative friendly thing, but apparently grey water systems where you recycle for flushing toilets, use grey water. Maybe that's something that's going to become standard over time. Cape Town, when they had day zero, we saw that those innovations were coming in Cape Town from the water perspective, and it seems to have carried on even post those scares around day zero. So I think that even with actual building technology, when we start seeing that using cement or using conventional brick or using conventional, I don't know, whatever we use in building an actual structure, only then will we start seeing innovations really taking hold.
It feels to me that you are saying tough times produce innovation.
Yes.
Right. But TAF is known for financing entrepreneurs, especially in the property space. Can you tell us more about TAF's mission and how it supports entrepreneurs who want to invest in the urban areas?
Yeah, so
you can
TAF,
couple that with how tough times are producing innovation and how entrepreneurs can actually join TAF's mission.
Yeah. So TAF started in 2003. So we are 21 years old now. And even back in the day.
You're almost Alex's age. How old are you, Alex?
So even back in the day, we were doing something that was almost against the market. So everyone was moving out of the CBD because they were afraid that it was getting redlined. Banks were not really financing in CBDs. Hillbrow was now a place that was feared, etc. And we felt the need to regenerate. So innovation was always part of our DNA to say, how do we take spaces that are almost feared by others, but we know that they have a real need from the end user who wants convenience. Because if you look at a person who wants to live in an affordable housing unit, affordable housing is not about the unit itself, the rent you pay and the electricity consumption in that unit. It's about how you are able to move from that base to get to a place of work, to get to a place of entertainment without incurring further costs around transport. So inner cities were an important node for us to say, if you are trying to target a low to moderate income earner, how do you place them in a place that's central like a CBD so that they are able to get to pre-taxi rank quickly, so to connect to Sentin for a job or to connect just using one taxi or one bus to their place of work and can also access entertainment. So we were investing in regenerating the inner cities. So we needed entrepreneurs who were innovative in their approach to say, how do we turn these inner city buildings, which mainly were office buildings or light industrial buildings, into quality residential units?